Okay, so section 4.1 is on scatter plots and the Cartesian plane. And today what we're going to learn is that when we're graphing a point, how to graph that, and then when you graph a whole bunch of points, what kind of interpretations you can make from them. So our XY coordinate plane is right here. We've got the y-axis goes vertical, the x-axis goes horizontal. The origin is the meeting point between those two axes. And an ordered pair, of course, has the x value listed first and the y value listed second. Our quadrants are numbered in counterclockwise order. The upper right-hand quadrant, the plus represents the idea that every coordinate in quadrant 1 is going to have an x value that's positive and a y value that's positive. So a plus for the x value and a plus for the y value. Quadrant 2, all of the x values are negative, all of the y values are positive. Quadrant 3, both are always negative, and in quadrant 4, the x values are positive, y values are negative. So this is just the basics of the coordinate axes. So how do you plot a point? And I know most of you don't need this, but x is 2, y is 3. So you go to 2 on the x, go to 3 on the y, there's the point. When we do negative 3, 1, negative 3 for x, positive 1 for y. Negative 4, 0, so that's a negative, and it's going to be on an axis. So it's going to be on the x-axis. And positive 5, negative 2, and that would be how you'd plot that point. So you should be pretty comfortable with plotting points. So a scatter plot is the idea that you're going to plot a lot of points, and then once you've plotted those points, you can use the way the graph looks in order to answer some questions. So that's really what this lesson's about. So in this problem, basically, we have a hockey team, and the coach wants to know or asks you, okay, based on the general heights and weights of our hockey players, if we wanted to estimate the weight of a player who is 69 inches tall and estimate the weight of a player that's 74 inches tall, about would that be? What would that be? So we start here with a bunch of ordered pairs, and now we have to take those ordered pairs and transfer them to the coordinate plane. So in this case, we're going to make weight our vertical axis, we're going to make height our horizontal axis, and as we plot each of those points from the previous page, we're going to get something that looks like this. Now, obviously, we don't have a perfect straight line in here, but if we were to go ahead and sketch a line through those data points, it might look something like this. And once we've done that, which is really by hand, this is a linear regression, we can now use this to answer questions. So our question before was, about how much would somebody who weighs or has a height of 69 inches weigh? And if we look at our graph, then we could see that at about 69, if that's about where the graph would be, we'd say that a person who's about 69 inches would weigh somewhere more than 170 pounds, around 172 maybe. And a person who has a height of 74 inches would be somewhere in here. And again, we'd probably say that they're somewhere around 190 or a little bit more than 190 pounds. And so that's one of the uses of a scatter plot, is to put the data onto a graph and then use it to make some interpretations.